Hello and welcome back. And in this video, we're going to be talking about radial gradient. So let's go ahead and get started. So I've left our gradient colors from previous example, and I'm going to change this a slight. So I'm going to change this to a green color. Okay, and we're going to create two state variables. Okay, so radial gradient takes radius. So there's a start radius and end radius. So that's what we're going to use basically to define our. So these two variables are basically going to be used to define those radiuses, and we can actually animate them to see this animation effect as well as learn about the gradient. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to create a Zstack. And this time we can actually put our radial gradient inside our linear gradient. So first it's going to have the overload of gradient, and we're going to use gradient with color overload, colors. Okay, and let's use different colors so it looks slightly different. Maybe let's try this one. Okay, we'll change it if it doesn't work out or if it doesn't look good. Okay, so we're gonna say edges ignoring. This is gonna fill our space, and then on the top of that we're gonna place a circle. Okay, and then we're gonna give it a fill of radial gradient. Okay, radial gradient once again takes gradient, so we're gonna give it gradient with colors, and colors are going to be gradient colors or gradient color. Now center is basically something that we can define, so we can have it like center as center, or we're gonna give it a top because our animation is gonna play from the center at the top, and we're gonna say start radius, and we can actually change the value to see how it changes when we execute the program. Gonna give it a frame with width and height, shadow. We want to use the overload that has color in it. So white with radius 20, 0, 0, and then gonna give it an animation dot ease in out with duration. And this is perfect actually. We are using animation so much, it's gonna get you ready for our next next series, which is gonna be on animation, next set of videos. Okay, not immediately after this, but in coming weeks, we're gonna have a few more videos about animations and stuff. So we're gonna have start radius, CG float, and we can convert from int self dot start radius. So we're gonna convert that start radius into int, and gonna mod that with 1000. Okay, and then converted it to CG float because start radius is of type CG float, and that's what radius is, start and end radius take. So that's why we have to do this conversion. Okay, like that. All right. So let's go ahead and not the assistant. I need canvas. Okay. So let's resume, and we should see two gradients. There you go. So that is nice. I like that. So as you can see, how our radius is changing, and it's showing how our gradient is applied at different states of radius. Now, if I go ahead and make this as bottom, um, notice how it changes, right? So this is how what I'm talking about, like when we create a center, when we have just a center, this is the effect that you get. Like your radius grows and shrinks at the center. Okay. All right. So this was the radial gradient, as you saw in this video. In the next video, let's talk about gradient colors with stop. And we also need to talk about using images as paints. We're going to be doing that in the subsequent video after that. And that's going to be wrap for our gradient related videos. Okay, so I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.